What's up, y'all? It's late. It's late, and just got out the bath. Had to enjoy myself out the bath, and I'm gonna be naked and vulnerable. Well, not going to be. I am. So, here's a bit of a story time for how my life of artistry happened. I want to say how my trial with God happened because they're one and the same. They're tied together. But I decided to say this. I've decided to speak this story because we're in a, hold on. We're in we're in a time of transition. We're in a time of transition. And if there's anyone else, hold on. Do I know?
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on
Hold on.
unleashing American oil from North Dakota and Montana.
I'm gonna do this one. All right. Sorry about that. I had to get the right tones for the conversation. So around 2020, I'll start the story off at 2020 because before that, a different time. We'll talk a different time about that. But 2020, I started taking my art serious. No one believed me. Good enough. Good enough for me. I was in Maryland at the time, traveling from Indiana because it was COVID. I went to California, had a spiritual I had a spiritual event, a spiritual moment, spiritual vacation. And God told me, he said, if this is your gift, if this is truly your gift, then you will succeed. But at the beginning of any gift, it's just your will, your passion, your devotion that keeps it alive. So I was painting, working these little odd jobs here and there, and nothing will prosper. Nothing would prosper. But God said, if this is your passion, should it matter? Should it really matter? Because in the beginning, if you have a gift, in the beginning, it'll never work. Unless Satan is working with you, your gift will never give you provision in the beginning, because God needs to know if you're serious. So 2001 comes along, 2002 comes along, 2003 comes along, 2004, 2005, and every year, he would give me more and more trials and say the reason why I can't give you finance. Mind you, every year I would get broker and broker. And I keep saying, God, how am I going to maintain this art? I might get evicted. I might be out of money. I might lose my job. He's saying, don't worry about that. If this is what you're meant to do, I will make it happen. But you have to continue with the thing. Co-workers doubting me, job doubting me, neighbors doubting me, everyone, family. And God said that this gift is for you. It was meant for you, given to you. So it doesn't matter if anyone believes it because it's not their gift. You know, and after that, many times I've decided to quit, but something in me wouldn't let me because I'm really called to do this. And this year, 2025, last year was the most difficult year because God was going to push me into a state of peace of mind and prosperity, which is this year. He said, this will be the year where all your work will be finalized in the spirit and in the flesh. And then your prosperity will kick in, but don't tell no one. Even you all. Don't tell no one when it happens. The day before it happens, a month before it happens, don't tell no one. You can allude to it, but don't tell anyone it's going to happen. Because people will befriend you just right before it happens, just to be on the side, you know, just to catch the vibes. Don't tell anyone. And even if it doesn't happen, I told God, I said, if it doesn't happen, I will still do it, just to see it through. If this flip house don't make no bread, I just want to know I can make a house. That's how I see it. It's more so about the completion of the task than what it can give me. That you can buy a house for $30,000 and flip it for like $250,000. I don't care about the money. I want to see that the house went from broke, dilapidated crack house to $500,000. You get what I'm saying? Or making 4 M's. That's how I think. And he said those that come along that are truly meant those that come along that you're meant to feed with the gift will be true. Anyone else, don't connect with them. Even the fact that I don't even give out my number. My number changed like every 3 months. I don't do it on purpose. God says because you don't want certain individuals attached to you when the prize comes along. Because you know what they're gonna do? I got people right now that have my number. They don't never call me. They're waiting. They're waiting until I pop off, and then they're going, oh, Olu. No, don't Olu me now. Because I won't be there. My number gonna be different. I'm gonna be in a different state. You ain't never gonna know. I'm gonna leave like a thief in the night. You ain't never gonna know I existed. Why? Because I was never existent to you now. So I'm being vulnerable for those that feel doubtful, for those that think that their dreams can't happen. Your dreams can happen. For those that are really meant to put in that work to make it happen. Do you have to be delusional? Yes. Because dreams aren't meant for the weak. Anyone gets a dream. I'll give an example of a dream, of a concept of a dream. When a woman wants to make a baby, you know it takes a man to make a baby with, right? And back in the day, if you made a baby, it wasn't for certain that you would live. You could literally die in birth, after birth. So that's what it is. If you're not meant for the fight, if you're not meant to accept the consequence, don't do it. If you want that baby that bad, then you will die for it. So let me keep it like that. A dream is meant to die for. If you don't want to die, then don't chase the dream. A dream is meant to die for. Not every mother back in the day knew they would survive, but they wanted that child so bad. They might hold the baby like the Simba, like this, straight like that, and die. And then they'll be back in the day, you know, like in the 20s and the 1800s, and they'll be like, your mother passed away. The baby's born, and then the father ended up resenting the baby, talking about you killed the mother. But the mother didn't mind the sacrifice. I knew what it would take, but I wanted to bear a child because the dream was more important. The child, the bearing of life was more important. That was my goal, and I could live with that, and I can pass on. So for those that can die for something, chase a dream. If you're not willing to die, don't chase the dream. Because a dream is just like a baby. You gotta take care of it. You have to care for it before it even manifests. You might take the maturation stage for a child is 9 months, 10 months, 8, or whatever. It might take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. The maturation stage for a dream is much bigger because you want more out of the manifestation. And who knows what you asked for? Get what I'm saying? Who knows what you've asked for? Only you do. The more easier the dream, the more attainable, the less time. But God doesn't work with human time. He uses the time to cultivate you so when the dream manifests, you'll be ready. We think it's, oh, the dream's not done yet. You might want to be a rapper. You might want to be a singer. You might want to be engineer. You might want a family. You might want a new job. You might want to create new technology. You might want to make movies. You might want to dance. You might want to be a painter. You might want to write books. You might want to start a clothing line. You might want to make an app. You might want to be an innovator. You might want to make the first Black Hollywood. Like who knows what your ambitions are? Just know that it's a lonely road. So if you're not good at being introverted, if you're not good at being isolated, then you probably don't. You're not good at. You might desire a dream, but you're not good at working for it. Just like some people might want to be a parent. Oh, I would love to be a mother. Do you know what that means? I would love to be a father. Do you know what that means? Do you know how much work it takes before and after the production of a child? Are you meant for it? Are you meant for it? Are you meant to have a dream? Are you meant to live out the dream? Dr. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. There are little black girls and little black boys and little whatever he said. Did it manifest? Apparently Drake is alive. J. Cole's alive. Alicia Keys, Halle Berry. We're mating, but we're not. His end goal never happened. Anyone can have a dream. Does it manifest? Does it manifest? That's the impact. That's the whole end goal. That's what really matters. Did it come to fruition? And you're always going to have opposition. When Dr. Martin Luther King said that, he probably knew it wasn't going to happen the way he wanted it to happen. Because that means the whole structural system would have to change. So that's one thing you also have to consider about your dream. Does your dream disrupt the construct of society? If it does, your dream is twice as hard to attain. Now you might want to be an actor, but Hollywood is falling. So every time you think of a dream or ask God, I'm dreaming this, he already thought about all the other variables that you don't even understand that are against your own dream manifesting. That's why I said, if you're not meant to die for your dream, you don't deserve it. That's why many people let their dreams die, because they really don't want to put in that work for it. It might take 20 years to manifest a dream. Or your dream might be so big, you'll die, and then the impact will carry on. Sometimes people's dreams aren't just for one lifetime. They're for collective generational lifetimes. And you might just be the conduit or the intro of the dream. So be ready. Be ready. Do you really want a dream? because it sounds exciting, because it sounds cool, because it allows you to live inside and feel alive? Do you really know what that means to say I want a dream? When a woman says, "Oh, I want a baby," does she really know what that means? Does she really know that the father could step out? There's prerequisites to having a dream. The exciting part is just to use your imagination to think about it, to be delusional about it. And when God places the dream on a plate and says, "This is what it takes," you start getting shivers. Now, the people that have a strong heart and strong will and strong spirit say, "Okay, cool. You said it costs what, 1 million for this dream? All right, cool. Where do I start? How many jobs can I get? 2 jobs?" When you start to plan out the dream, God says, "Okay, that might be a candidate." I'll give an example, a harsh example, a very vulnerable example of the dream. Say someone wants to be a rapper, right? And in Hollywood, they say, "I'll give you one album. I'll give you a 1 album 360 deal." When 360s were a thing. "I'll give you 1 album 360 deal, $5 million advance." And then prior to that, you've already made 3 LPs on SoundCloud, not really popular, but popular enough to get a little buzz. And they say one last thing. You're gonna have to go in that office and suck this fat Jewish man's dick. Are you willing to do that? Because in every point of your life, if you're chasing a dream, there's gonna be a crossroads where you're gonna have to do something that might go against your integrity. And that's how you know when you're close, because the devil and God both know that you're chasing something. So let's continue this Illuminati storyline. So the guy does it, right? He magically gets on. They say it's because of his album, but we all know what he did. Now, once you do that, you're here. To get here in the dream, but you see this? See how you can't see my hand no more? That's when you've mastered greatness, where you don't even see the level. Regular people don't even see the level of height that you had to go. First you was here where you can see my hand. Now you can't. In order to do that, he might have had to bend over, go to Dubai, do some weird stuff, pee on a baby, like whatever they got to do. You get what I'm saying? And God will do the same thing, but just not in a defiled way. He will have you go through test, losing friends, family, this, that. You might have to have 7 jobs, be evicted, be homeless, this. He's going to put you through trials to say it's not about the dream. It's about the destiny. Do you truly want what I have for you? If you do, these are the tasks you have to complete before you even get there. And then by then, you're fully devoted to me anyway. That's what I mean by, if you're not willing to die for your dream, it's not meant for you. If you're not meant to die for your dream and be quote unquote delusional, then you don't want it as bad. Next time you think about dream chasing, ask yourself how many people are in Hollywood. It's a very minute amount of people in Hollywood, because it's creepy, because they're the only ones that are that delusional to do whatever they got going on in Hollywood, and they keep that thing in a little box. Like it's a close knit, it's an exclusive society on purpose, because they own that type of time, which is no judgment, because that's what they chose. The same people that serve God it's the same exclusive group, chosen, whatever you want to call it, anointed. And we are exclusive in a society of our own. But we're equally as delusional. So if you have a dream out there, young, old, it doesn't matter. If God wants you to succeed, you can be 80, it doesn't matter. You can be 15, it don't matter. You can be 30, I'm 36, it doesn't matter. He will call you, and you will talk to him like we're talking. You will talk to him and then express yourself, and he'll say, if you're ready, I will deconstruct your life and reproduce you. I will resurrect you. I will destroy you and resurrect you, and this new you will be the one that has the dream. The old you, or the current you, is the one working for the dream. You ever notice how all these Hollywood people have real government names and then another name? It's because they've transformed. They've transcended. Once you switch and do the rituals and the this and the that, you have to take on another personality. Do you want the dream or not? It's not for the faint-hearted or the weak. For those that have a dream, that have a destiny, that have a purpose, that have prophecy upon them. You're meant to go wherever God wants you to go, for better or worse. Your fate is his fate. For those that follow Satan, it's the same thing. We're all chasing something. We're all desiring to have that passion be expressed into the world. If you have a dream, go for it. We're in a new world, and you only live once. You only get one chance to live a life. You know why? Because we age. So the youth, life is lived in the youth. Once you're old, you're still here, but you're not living. Enjoy it while you can. And it's best to try to chase your dream when you have the energy to chase. It's best to chase your dream when you have the energy to run. You can't chase a dream walking. I want you to think about that. Now, everyone in the world isn't meant to dream. Some people don't have dreams. But if you do have the ability to dream, I suggest you use it to your advantage. And if you don't, seek someone that does, that you trust, and follow them. Yeshua had disciples. It's the same thing. He had a vision. He had a dream. And 12 individuals and others followed him because they believed that much in what he had going on. They said, you know what? I might not have the dream, but you do. And know this before I part ways. In everyone's dream, there will always be a Judas. There will always be person or people against what you have, even before it manifests, because it's the duality of the promise. It's the adversity of the uphill climb. The Judas is the gravity. It doesn't want you to climb to the top, so it's going to do everything to push you back down. But with God, you will always have the power to prevail. You will triumph. Take your time, rest, and give God the glory. The one true God, give him the glory, because we all have purpose. We all have a role to play in this new world. Dr. Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Stokely Carmichael, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. They all had dreams, but they were confined by enslavement. So many people that are bound by chains can't dream the way they want. So I say this to Dr. Martin Luther King, Miss Coretta Scott King, Dr. Martin Luther King, you had a dream, I have a vision. I'm going to see it through in a different way that you couldn't. And I appreciate what you've done for us, but we have to see it different now. because the opposition is still out here. Satan's still working. If you have a dream and you have a God that is a loving God that is behind that dream, you will succeed. Regardless of what people say, go for it. And if you don't have the strength to continue, don't regret it. If you have regret, that means the dream is still alive somewhere inside of you. And sometimes it's just life. Time passes on. You might have children, and the dream instinct will bleed into one of your children. On God, because you never completed your task. A dream is a task. A dream is it's like a gift. You can have a gift, you don't open it, you have to use it. How do you think someone would feel if they gave you a gift and you never used it? You ain't even unwrap it. They low-key feel disrespected. If you have a dream, go for it. That's the least you could do. See all that in the background? That's part of my dream. And I'll continue it until it manifests. I'm not doing it for the money. Do I need money? Yes. But I'm wealthy in spirit. Not rich in spirit, I'm wealthy. I'm doing this for others behind me that are younger than me that might not think this is possible. You can do anything that you want if God is behind it. But the Almighty God has to be behind it. If he's not behind it, it may not work the way you want it to. It might work halfway, but it might not work fully. It will not work fully without God approving it. Give glory to him when it does manifest. Okay? Always give thanks to him, because without him, you be still in the same old position that you was in prior years ago. Be grateful to God when it manifests, and always give him glory when it does manifest. Okay? I love you guys. I don't want to sound like the redundant other people, but if you choose to like, share, and subscribe, please, it's not even about the likes. Share it. Share it, because this is a time in our world where we need people to speak on changing our world for the better. Share this video for others. If you can do anything for me, I don't need no money. I don't need no likes, no subscribes. If you're going to do all of it, thank you. It's all love. From my heart to yours, it's all love. But if you could share it, that'll definitely defeat the robot. Because the algorithm can only do so much. The algorithm can't think for you. It might can alter the way we take in information from the machine, but it can't think for you if you are a thinking individual. If you are a real carbon, if you are a real human being, you are better. You are better than the algorithm. The algorithm is the beta. You are the alpha. Continue on and don't give up. This is the year to prove to the Almighty God that you are capable of doing something more than being a slave. If you are free, then you need to use everything that is in you that is free. Your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. Produce more, because God did not make slaves. He made servants and free individuals. We can serve, but in servitude, it does not equate to enslavement. If you are free, do his will. Enjoy your night. I'm going to put some clothes on and then upload this video. Let this year be the year that we show Satan that we are more than just slaves. Let's show Satan that we are free and we know what we're capable of, and we know who created us and what we are made of. We are in his image only. Let's be greater. Let's do this for him, for his will, for his glory. Talk to you all soon. Enjoy your night.